subscribe, and like Elay TV, yo. Subscribe and like Elay TV, yo. Chains on the tire. Chains on the tire are like chains on my mind. Chains on my mind are like chains on the tire. Who would have known, who would have thought that coming into this world, I'd be bound by chains to the tire. The tire meaning my mind, my body, the car. I am the car. My body is the car. And when I was born, not only were my arms, or should I say my wrists, or should I say my arms and my legs were bound. Tires, 4 tires. My soul, my energy, the essence of who I am standing here speaking before you through this phone or something like that in that order was bound. Came down to this planet. A ball of energy into this body chained. This body or this car with all 4 tires chained. Not even knowing it. But maybe I knew for a glimpse that I was free, then all of a sudden was shackled with all these burdens of generational curses unbeknownst to myself, and thought patterns and scars and tragedies. Why did the spirit realm decide to shackle me with all of their feelings in order for me to set them free? Why, out of all the losers in my family, did you pick me? Oh, I just answered the question. Why, out of all the losers, did you pick me? Because I was the only one with winning qualities. Even though I was born amongst a family or a tribe of losers, out of all those losers, I should say, I was the winner. Or should I look at it in a mirror standpoint to really dig deep and look into myself and say, why out of all the family of losers in which I was born in, why did they pick me? Because out of all the losers, me being one of the family of losers or part of the family of losers, they had to pick the best loser who was more likely to win. Having said that, calling myself a loser, realistically speaking and figuratively speaking, and just trying to be as real as possible to get to the truth, and putting myself in the other reflection of putting myself in the other's shoe. I was born into a family of losers, shackled by the weights of the world from the worlds of all my ancestors and my current alleged parents and so on. I was born into a family cursed, destined to lose. But out of all the losers, I was the one who had the most glimmer of hope to give them a fighting chance to break free, to break through the thumbprint or the DNA or the carbon copy of my alleged family losing all the time. And I must say they chose wisely. And I must say, thinking on the other side meaning my physical self looking in the mirror correctly, that based upon what my alleged aunt told me, I was the one. I am the one with the burning candle that's bright the truth, the most purest one out of the family. So never again, and nonetheless, I was the best choice. Even if I was a loser, I was the best choice. They betted on me, and they were right. So with pride, a good healthy pride and confidence, I want to say thank you for choosing me, because your prayers, your efforts, your energy did not go in vain. So having to say that to get out of the realm of ancestry worship, I would like to thank the Lord for leading my past ancestors to continue to pray for the future of their family, for the future of their bloodline, which is myself, for change to come, for things to get better, because I am that change. I am the things to get better, because I fought the longest and I fought the hardest, first for myself and then for my family. But coming into this, I did it wrong, I think. I did it for my family because I thought they would help me, because I thought parents were supposed to help the child, because the parents were already ready. But in my case, my parents were not ready, and they still aren't ready. So I thought as a child, if I helped them, they would help me. I spent a lot of energy trying to help them in the reverse, then realized I can't help them. When I looked at my mother one day, I saw I was hopeless to help her, because she wasn't utilizing the energy I was generating into her to give her life. She was only siphoning it. Siphoning it and squandering it. Just like a stereotypical black person who wins the lottery. $1 million, and the next month they're poor again. Wasted it. That's how I felt about my energy being used in that family, especially with my mother. So with my mother, I chose to stop. From that day on, I chose to stop, and from that day on, I continued to put in motion or practice not to give my energy or my help to them. I said practice because it didn't happen overnight, but I made my mind up from that moment on, after discovering my mom was just using me for my joy and for my energy. Like a leech, not to help her or them again. That's when I realized I had to help myself. No, I didn't have to help myself. I had to save myself. And the sad part about it was I had to save myself from them, not from me, because I was already in my right mind. My intentions were already naturally pure. My heart was correct and in the right spot. But they fit me in the mold to make me think the opposite. And they almost won. Congratulations, you're black. Congratulations, I'm black. In the world of chains, on my car, all four tires, and I continue to drive. Congratulations, I'm black and already bound before I could say ah. Before I could even draw breath. After being born to cry, I was born with chains. 4 heavy chains on this car. Slowed down and unintentionally bound. I'm black. Born bound before I could even say ah. Congratulations, I'm effing black. I'm black. I'm black. I'm black. I'm black. I don't want to be black. But I don't want to be anything other. I just want to be me. I just want to be me. If I was just me, if this world was just based on personality and principle and the good essence of energy, my FICO score would be on God. I would be wealthy. I would be that 1% running the world. If only this world was based on you being you. If only the wealth of this world and the currency of this world and the microchip of this world that is going to be implanted in millions of people's hands were based on the currency of natural, pure-blooded intention and motive and heart from a healthy spot, I'd be that 1% running the world. But god dang it, I'm just black. I'm black. Maybe if I was green, I'd be in that 1%, realistically speaking. Because green means money. Green means envy. And a lot of the people who have money are driven based off of envy. I'm black. Back to reality. I'm black. I'm black. I've always wanted to tell the truth. Telling the truth meaning to speak my mind. Speaking my mind, talking about topics that concern me. The world around me, meaning my family, my children, my son, my husband, myself. I've always wanted to speak my mind. I've always had a valuable opinion about things, about views, about ways people saw stuff, even at a young age. And I couldn't wonder for the life of me how come they couldn't think the way I was thinking, because they were thinking illogically. At the time, I didn't know what the word illogically meant, but I knew in my mind they weren't thinking like I was thinking. And it confused the hey out of me because I'm 6 years old. You're 20. Late 20s. And I have more sense than you. I knew at an early age to keep my mouth shut. Why? I didn't know at the time, but as I got older, thanks to Iyanla Vanzant, I realized and discovered that there is a such thing as not only generational curses, but some DNA stuff too, where BS from slavery is passed down to the people before us. People before us, meaning I myself. So, a lot of the voices I heard in my head were probably not necessarily spirits or demons per se, but roads of thoughts passed down from my ancestors through my parents' blood and unto me. And since I am the more sensitive one when it comes to light bearing, being more in touch with myself and the universe, thanks to my husband, I realized and discovered that the entities per se, or DNA, or the connection of my ancestors touched me. I embraced it. I didn't run away from it. Not like that. So here I am to say today, congratulations, I'm black.
Happy, summertime sadness. I am happy, summertime sadness. I'm so happy, summertime gladness. I'm so happy, summertime gladness. I'm so happy.
Okay, here we go with the disclaimer part. I had to read and or say all of this stuff to cover my coattails. I think I have 4 lives left of those. For fiction, this is a work of fiction. Names, characters, places, and incidents either are the product of the author, which is myself, imagination, or are used fictitiously. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, including one of my many lost lives, to which I think I still have 4 intact. Events, but locals is entirely coincidental. If my work, in which you happen to bestow upon by happenstance, is for creative nonfiction category, this is a work of creative nonfiction. Some parts have been fictionalized in varying degrees for various purposes. If this by happenstance happens to be some form of memoir unbeknownst to myself, once again I want to make sure my coattails are covered, because I only think I have 4 lives left. I don't want to lose one of my lives trying to get it taken down by a lawsuit. For memoirs, once again, if this happens to be a memoir, the disclaimer is as follows. The events and conversations in this book have been set down to the best of the author's ability, which is myself. Although some names and details have been changed to protect the privacy of individuals. There is no way in Hades, in way, shape, or form, that anyone should try to cross and sue me now. I've read every description under the sun to protect my 4 remaining lives, in which I think I still have. That is all.
Subscribe and like Elay TV, yo.